Hello all. I decided to make another video after the Springfield train derailment. And I'm doing this from the radio room here in Collins, Ohio. This is going to be kind of like a epilogue after the last video. This is going to cover regarding to that woman, the lady that she was driven off the property. Well, I did a little bit of research and things, and found raw footage from a TV station from WBNS Channel 10 in Columbus. And the video shows that train derailment wasn't anywhere near like I seen on that property. And from what I found out, they drove her off the property, though, for the sole purpose where they could drag all that wreckage, though, on their property so they could dismantle it. Not so they would affect any more to the adjoining business. Those are my thoughts on the situation on that part, though. But they drove her off the property, though. I talked to the attorney, Christopher A. Walker, briefly, though, and I guess he's going to look into it. But what I think, though, there is definitely a 14th Amendment violation regarding this. And I will find the amendment, though. And it covers the part of denial right to your property, which is covered by the 14th Amendment. So, next couple clips there I'm going to show you, though, and see what's going on. You're going to see, though, that wreckage did not end up there on that property. They dragged it over there. Furthermore, if you remember that truck, though, watering down something and vacuuming, this is my thoughts, though. I can't say for sure this is, though. I think when they dragged all that stuff around that area, though, where that truck is, they broke the septic tank lid in on her septic tank. Might be one of the reasons why they won't let her on the property, because now she can't use the restroom facility and run water, though. Those are my thoughts. And I think that's what that was all about. Being said, though, there probably maybe wasn't any materials, though. But a lot of my viewers stated, though, that cop did say something about hazardous materials. Well, I couldn't find it in the video too plainly. The person who said that was my bodyguard, Dennis. He was doing a little talking in the video, too, so maybe he did hear him say that. I asked him, though, and he can't recollect it, but I thought that cop did say something about hazardous material. Or was he agreeing what my friend Dennis said? So, anyway, we're going to take a look at a few video shots here, and let's see what you think. Okay, this is an aerial footage from WBNS Channel 10 in Columbus, Ohio. Over on the left side of the screen, though, lower right of that open field is this lady's property. As you can see, the wreckage is only partly on that property. Just too bad the footage here couldn't have been better quality. It seems like YouTube don't want you to have good downloaded quality video. You got to pay for it, though, through their downloader, and I'm not paying for it. HD is normally free. Okay, coming up here would be from the auditor's site, though. Yellow arrows represent boundary points. This shot here, the arrow clearly shows it's on partially your property. This is my shot, though, from when they drug all this stuff in there. This is where they're flushing water, though. And what I think is they broke the lid in on the septic tank on this woman's property. Here's another shot, though. backyard footage. This is from my video. Next clip is going to be a little bit further back along the property back in there. They clearly drug all this stuff on their property so they could dismantle all this wreckage and stuff. Forced this lady out of her home. And if I think they messed up her septic tank, she can't go back to that home until that's fixed. She can't use the restroom facilities, anything. Anyway, you can see that there. What do you think here? You think, though, the EPA and the railroads invaded her privacy on her property by dragging all that wreckage on her property? Did they, in fact, possibly broke her septic tank lid? Maybe that explains why the water was spraying and they were vacuuming, because there's a hole right there. Hard to say from the viewpoint I was at, but sounds like it could be a pretty good bet. Again, I mentioned there's a clearly violation of the 14th Amendment. Here's a quick picture of what it says. And as I mentioned, though, I did speak with her attorney that was there. I do know her name. I am not going to mention it, though. I'm going to respect the Privacy Act of 1974 and not tell anybody her name. Just due respect out of her. I felt very bad and sorry for her that she was going through all this crap that they pulled on her. As far as the cop there, I still can't decide if he said there was hazardous material or not. If he did say that and there wasn't, that's a lie. Then I mentioned before on the Great Liberty Net, though, about cops. So the Supreme Court has ruled and determined that cops are allowed to lie to you. Now, if we lie to the cops, so guess what? We go to jail and get charged. Go figure. But anyway, maybe some of the questions have been answered on this. I will keep an eye on what happens. And by the way, I'm going to be going to Marion, Ohio on the 8th, which is actually tomorrow morning, so it's going to be a long day for me. If you happen to be around Marion, though, drop in. We'll be there from about 8 o'clock in the morning till about noon or 1 o'clock or so. And I believe Elliot Walcott's going to be there, too, though. He texted me a little while ago that he's going to show up there, so I hope so. Also, don't forget, though, coming up this Saturday night on the Great Liberty Net, though, if you want to tune in on 3950.net website. And if you have my tuner app, though, we are there, too, under Educational Liberty Net Radio. And if you'd like to come on the Liberty Net, though, and express your opinions and views, we'd love to hear you. I don't care if it's about the derailment in Springfield. If you want to talk about politics, our resident Biden in office, what a nut he is. You want to talk about him? It doesn't matter. U.S. government, state issues, local. We want to hear from you. We want to put the truth out there because that's what the Liberty Net is all about. We've been established since 1974, and we are a First Amendment free speech radio network. So check us out on 3950.9 website or my tuner app, as I mentioned before. With that, though, the next video after this should be from Marion, Ohio, if and when I get it set up and published. By the way, I'm still working on another special episode, though, and since right now, I think I'll reveal what it's going to be called. The episodes will be called Bomb Train, Who's Next? So I'm going to put together a whole bunch of footage, though, and showing the terrifying things that can happen when you have hazardous material exploding up, just like East Palestine. But anyway, we'll see you on the next one, though. Y'all take care and be safe.